in this video, what we're next going to do is just going to finish off the algebra section for the first chapter for the 5th years here, okay? So, what we notice is that we have an ordinary simultaneous equation going on where we have to solve out what x and y equals, okay? Now, what you're going to notice is that this bottom one, okay, has basically has fractions in it, okay? Now, what we do to get rid of fractions is we do what's the Taylor tree lines. This 3 multiplies by 2, that will give you 6. We bring the blue line, the 3 up to the y, and that's going to give you minus 3y. And then you bring the black line here from the 2 to the 5x. 2 multiplied by 5x is 10x. Now that all equals 12. Now remember, 12 is the same as 12 over 1, so what we got now is a bit of a cross multiplication situation where the 1 goes up here. When you multiply 1 by 10x minus 3y, it stays as 10x minus 3y. However, when you multiply 6 by 12, it changes to 72. So now we have two equations, the first one being 2x minus 3y equals 24, and the second one being 10x minus 3y equals 72. Now, as discussed before, in an ideal world, what we would have liked was we would have liked this to be a plus 3y. We would have liked this red circle here, we would have wanted plus 3y in here. Now, to turn that into plus 3y, what we could do is we could multiply both sides by minus 1. So both sides of this equation A, we'll call this, and equation B. Multiply equation B by minus 1 on both sides. So equation A stays the same. But what's going to happen to B is that it's going to turn into minus 10x plus 3y equals minus 72. Okay? And then what we're going to get here is minus 8x. Now we're going to get 72. 4. Now we're going to get minus 48, okay? Now we want the x on its own. So to get the x on its own, what we need to do is we need to bring down the minus 8. So the minus 8 goes into a bit of a... The minus 8 goes into division mode, okay? Because it's multiplication on the left, it makes you division on the right. That means x is equal to 6, okay? Now, since we know that x is equal to 6, we need to figure out what it is. So I'm going to use equation A, which is 2x minus 3y equals 24. And what I'm going to say is that x is 6. So 2 times 6 minus 3y equals 24. And then what we're going to get is 12 minus 3y equals 24. We want to get rid of we want to get the 3 on its own. So what's going to happen is to get the 3 on its own, what we're going to need to do is we're going to get minus 3y is equal to 24. Plus 12 changes to minus 12 when it goes on the other side. So minus 3y equals 12. Now to get rid of the minus 3y, what we're going to need to do is we need to bring the minus 3 underneath the 12. It's multiplication on the left, which makes it division on the right. So 12 divided by minus 3, and y equals minus 4. Okay, and that's all we can do there. Now, the next one. The next one is an express as a single fraction and simplify your answer. To express as a single fraction, which is the first question we're going to do, is to express as a single fraction, the blue line, followed by the red line, followed by the green line. Okay. Now, first of all, the blue line results in the answer of 6. Okay. So 6 is the denominator. Okay. Now what's going to happen next is the green line. The green line results in 2 being multiplied by 1 plus 3x. Okay. And the 3 is the red line, which is going to be plus 3 into x minus 5. Okay. Now a simplified question never has a definite answer. Okay. So we're just going to multiply these out. Okay. And what happens next is we're going to get 2 plus 6x plus 3x minus 15, all divided by 6. And then what we're going to get is 2. What we can do now is we can use the 2 and the 15 together, and that's going to be minus 13. 9x plus 3x gives you, 6x plus 3x gives you 9x, and that's all divided by 6. So that's your answer for the first part, okay? Now, What you're going to notice about the first part and the second part is the following. Basically, they're both the same question, except for one extension. Okay, so this part here is the same as this part here, and the only extension involved is the equals. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab our answer from the first part, and all we're going to do is let it equal 25 over 3. Now notice that both sides only have one denominator. This means we can cross multiply. Okay, so the 3 will be the red arrow, it goes up here, and the 6 will be the green arrow going up there. So the result of the red arrow is going to be 6 multiplied by 9x minus 13, and the result of the green arrow is going to be 6 times 25, and 6 multiplied by 25 gets you 150. Okay, the next thing we got to do is multiply out the numbers. So we're going to get 54x, 6 times 13, this minus 78, this equals 150. Bring over the minus 78 over the other side, and 54x equals 150 plus 78. And then add the two of them together. That's going to be 228. So 54x equals 228. Okay. Now we're going to divide 228 by 54, and we get is 38 over 9. Okay, so I actually made a small error there. Like these numbers, it doesn't go in evenly. Okay, so I'm just going to look for an error here. It was something very simple. Now it's very often that you might make an easy mistake here, and I just did. I didn't bring the 3 up. I actually mistook it for 6. Okay, which is pretty inexcusable mistake. So 3 times. Now to spot the mistake, I noticed that I was going to end up with a very weird answer. So I just came back to where it began and went looking for the mistake. So it's 3 times 9 is 27x. Minus 3 times 13 is minus 39, and that's going to be 6 times 25, which is 150. Then what we're going to get here is bring over the 39x, okay, and what we can get is 27x equals 189. Now get x on its own, which means the 27 has to go underneath. 189 divided by 27, 189 divided by 27 get you 7. X equals 7 is a nice answer, so hence we won't suspect anything would be wrong with that answer there. Okay, next question. Solve the equation. Now to solve the equation, what we do is we sort out the simpler side of the two. Okay, so once again, when it comes to fractions, I usually always use the 3 arrows: 1, 2, and 3. Right, pretty much all I ever do with these. Okay, so what we're going to get is the blue arrow. The blue line first is going to be responsible for 18. 6 multiplied by 3 is 18. The red arrow is going to be responsible for 3 multiplied by 3x minus 4. The black arrow is going to be responsible for minus 1 multiplied by 6. And we haven't done anything with the right hand side, nor are we going to do anything with the right hand side for a minute. So 3 multiplied by 3, just double check it before you leave. Okay, so you're going to get 9x minus 12 minus 6 divided by 18 equals x minus 1 over 3. What we're next going to do is we're going to tidy up the top, so we're going to get 9x minus 18 divided by 18 equals x minus 1 over 3. Now we're at the stage where we can cross multiply, so we're just going to put everything in brackets here. Okay, so these two in brackets. Now we're going to draw two lines. The 3 is going to be the blue line moving up here, and the 18 is going to be the green line moving up here. This is what's called cross multiplication, and once we cross multiply, what we're going to get is the following. We're going to get 3, the blue line is going to be 3 multiplied by 9x minus 18 in brackets. There's going to be an equal sign in the middle. Then the green line here is going to be 18 into x minus 1. And then what we're going to get when we multiply them out is 27x 3 multiplied by 18 minus 54. and that's going to be equal to 18x minus 18. Bring the x's to one side, and the 54 to the other side, and what we're going to get here is 27x minus 18x equals 54 minus 18. Okay, and what you're going to get here is 9x equals 54 minus 18 equals 36. Okay, x equals 36 divided by 9, and x is going to equal 4. Next one, 1 over p divided by 1 over q. Find the value when p is a half and q is a third. So it's going to be 1 divided by a half divided by 1 divided by a third. Now, all what you gotta do, guys, is just put this green part into your calculator exactly as it looks. Put the blue part into your calculator. Your calculator figure out that this is the number 2, this one here is number 3. 2 minus 3 gives you minus 1. It's very simple, okay? Now, next one, Megan thinks of a number. Let's call that x. She adds 15 plus 15, then doubles her result. Doubles her result means you multiply by 2. Okay? Olivia's starting number is 5 more than Megan's. Okay, so we're going to go pink here now. Olivia's starting number is 5 more than Megan's. So Olivia's starting number is going to be x plus 5. Okay? Olivia trebles her number. So what Olivia does is Olivia trebles her number, which means she multiplies by 3, and then she takes off 6. They both ended up with the same number. This means Megan's number and Olivia's number are the same. So we're just going to multiply it out and solve the equation, okay? So we're going to get 3x plus 15 minus 6 equals 2x plus 30. And then what's going to happen is we're going to get 3x plus 9 equals 2x plus 30. We're going to bring the 2x over one side and the 9 over the other. So we're going to get 3x minus 2x, and that is going to equal 30 minus 9. X equals 21. Let's see if 21 actually works. Okay, so let's just forget everything we did here at the start. Let's see if the number 21 works, okay? She thinks of the number 21. She adds 15 onto it. When she adds 15 onto it, it's going to turn into 36. She doubles this result, which gives me 72. Olivia starts off a number 5 more than Megan, so Olivia starts off at 26. Okay, she trebles her number, so she multiplies it by 3 to get 78. Then she takes off 6, minus 6 equals 72. We've just after checking our results, 21 works. Next one. Please express R in terms of P and Q. R is popping up twice, alright? Now our first rule is if we can cross multiply it, we do it. Blue line, red line. Okay? Now the result of blue line is going to be P into Q plus R. The result of the red line is going to be 1 multiplied by 3QR. Let's multiply both sides out. Okay, and what we're going to get next is we're going to get PQ plus PR equals 3QR. Remember, R is the target, and in this equation there's 2 R's and they're over different sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the R's over one side. Okay, so I can do it 2 ways, but I suppose I'll just bring PR over this side. Okay, there are other ways of doing it and you will get similar answers. They might just look different but they'll be similar. Okay, so it'll be 3QR minus PR. Okay, and then you're going, okay, 3QR minus PR. I need to get the R's on their own. There's 2 R's here. So remember your BOMDAS, okay? You gotta turn it into 1. Sorry, you gotta just turn it into 1r. So to turn it into 1r, you need to factorize, and we're going to be left with 3q minus r equals pq. I'm going to propose we do a spin. Spin basically means if 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6, 6 is equal to 2 multiplied by 3. It's just basically speaking it the other way around. So there's no difference when you spin, okay? So what a spin basically means is r into 3q minus r equals pq. Now, what's happening next is the r, the, sorry, that's a p by the way. When you factorize that, it's r into 3q minus p. So that's 3q minus p. You want r on its own, okay? So when you want r on its own, r is being multiplied by 3q minus p, which means when 3q minus p goes over the other side, it's going to be division. So the answer is going to be pq divided by 3q minus p. And that is r on its own. Okay, and that's the end of that video. Cool, crisp 16 minutes.